Hey friends, and welcome back to the vlog. We are continuing the vlog experiment. Now, I'm actually in Austin, Texas right now in the wonderful Noah Kagan's house and studio. He has very kindly allowed us here to stay because he happens to not be around and he's also a legend, so filming in the studio. Now, this has been a pretty solid week in Austin, but with a few interesting bits. So, got here from New York. This is stop number 2 on the world travel tour after doing all the Spotify stuff in New York, and here we are in Austin. And the intention was that Austin would be a batch filming week, which is why Tintin is around, because we were like, come on over to Austin, and let's try and film 15 videos that week. We've actually only filmed one video, because while I was kind of in transit from New York to here and like thinking about this, I sort of had a bit of an existential crisis around the business where I sort of realized that, when I looked at my calendar and I saw that I had like these 15 videos to film, I had this sense of ugh. And I was like, why do I have this sense of ugh? And I came across a video recording of Alan Watts, the philosopher, where he poses the question, what would you like to do if money were no object? And I've been really thinking about that question a lot. What would I like to do if money were no object? Now, if money were no object, would I try and film 15 videos in a week? Absolutely not. If money were no object, I would still make YouTube videos and I'd still do podcasts, but I'd do them on my own terms. I'd do them when I felt like it. I would do them based on topics I cared about rather than topics I thought would do well. I wouldn't be wedded to an upload schedule. I would just make videos when I felt like I had something to share. Now, this is it's not very different, but it's somewhat different to how the business currently operates because we have an upload schedule, we aim for 2 videos a week and a podcast every week, and we have sponsors and we have deadlines. And I realized that the freedom that I bought for myself by building a business and the freedom that I gained by being able to like leave my day job as a doctor, I was actually creating a prison for myself because of money. I feel like I'm a cow, and initially when you're a YouTuber, you're a cow and you produce milk when you feel like it, and you're like, cool, I want to be consistent. I'm going to try and produce milk every now and then. I'm going to mix some metaphors here because there's like cow and then there's chicken and eggs. And then the cow realizes that, whenever I produce milk, I make money. And these sponsors want to pay me money for producing this milk for my udders. And then the cow's like, you know what? Maybe if I hired someone, there could be a more efficient method of milk production. Because I'm the cow and I'm producing milk, but I'm making money for this milk. And then so the cow hires someone else. And eventually the cow builds a farm around their milk production because every time they produce milk, they make all this money. And the image that I had in my mind was like, I feel like this cow where I have built an industrial factory around my milk production. And I feel like I have connected these machines to my 3 udders. Have cows got 3 udders or is it more? Is it 4? 4, I feel like there's 4. I feel like there's been sort of these industrial arm machines that are connected to my udders. And even though I'm the cow and I'm the owner of the farm and the owner of the machine and I'm making all this money, I'm like just sitting there and milking, being milked by the industrial apparatus of machinery and systemization that I've got around this business. And that is not particularly fun. And I realized this is not particularly fun. If you're optimizing for making loads and loads of money, then okay, cool. As a cow, you volunteer to sit in this thing. But once you've already made the money and once you've already got financial independence and then why am I choosing to voluntarily imprison myself in this industrial factory and be milked by the various people in my team, as it were? It's a bit weird, right? And so I kind of mentioned this to the team, and Dan, one of our team members, said, what if the cow could become a free-range cow where it had the freedom to roam and just milk on its own terms? And I was like, yes. That's it. I want to be a free-range cow. I want to roam around my farm and my grounds and stuff. And I don't want the industrial factory to be connected to my udders unless I feel like it on a given day. Long-winded way of saying that I realized that the pursuit of money and the pursuit of sponsorship revenue and the pursuit of upload schedule because it grows the channel and stuff. In the pursuit of all those things, I'd created a business and a life for myself that no longer felt good. And I'm all about feel-good productivity, link down below. I'm also about creating a feel-good business. Creating a business where you look forward to Mondays, where the thing that you're doing is the thing you'd be doing anyway if you won the lottery. But that Alan Watts quote made me realize, if I won the lottery, if I didn't care about making money, this is not the setup that I would choose for myself. And then I thought, well, why don't I just do the thing that I would do? Like if money were no object, I would make YouTube videos on my own terms. I would make them about topics that I want. I'd still have a team because a team is nice to have and the team helps leverage my output. But I wouldn't hold myself to an upload schedule and I certainly wouldn't do batch filming. And so I thought, what if we just cancel all the videos for this week? And so we just canceled all the videos for the week, and I had a pretty chill week of trying to figure out what to do with my life and stuff. And we kind of met up with a bunch of creative friends. We had a great lunch with Graham Stefan, went on a little hike with my friend Corey and Kevin, and we met a couple of people. We had dinner with Ethan Chlebowski. I'm never quite sure how you pronounce that, but he's one of our students for our part-time YouTuber Academy. Did a podcast with Ryan Holiday, that was sick. We met him in his bookshop. His bookshop is absolutely phenomenal. The podcast was super cool, great conversation. Did a podcast this morning with Cody Sanchez, that was sick. Had dinner with Nat Eliason, who's a longtime internet buddy and we've never met in person. So there was so many kind of You know, I did a bunch of podcasts and hung out with a bunch of creative friends, and I feel like I'm creatively rejuvenated and revived or something like that. But the point is, we didn't film any videos. I filmed one yesterday because I felt like it. I had the energy and I came into the studio. I was like, you know what? I feel like filming today, therefore I'm going to film today. I want to operate the business based on this idea of, you know, doing the things that I feel like. Because here's the thing, right? On one end of the spectrum, the dumbass person is, I make videos when I feel like it. And that is the person who doesn't take YouTube seriously, who has like 3 videos on their channel and is complaining why is their channel not growing. This is the person who does not treat YouTube as like a business. Then you kind of go into the middle of it where you start to treat YouTube like a business, which is in fairness the stuff we teach on our YouTuber Academy. And that's like, all right, cool, I'm gonna build systems, I'm gonna stay consistent, I'm gonna post 1 or 2 videos every week, I'm gonna make sure I grow the audience, I'm gonna do competitor analysis, I'm gonna do idea generation sessions, I'm gonna maximize and optimize my titles and thumbnails, I'm gonna A/B test the back catalog, I'm gonna do all of this shit because that will grow my YouTube channel. But then on the other side of it, you have the Jedi Master who's like, I film videos whenever I feel like it. And I feel like I've been in the middle ground of this for the last 6.5 years, where I have been optimizing the shit out of my cow milk production. And now on the other side of it, I want the business to work for me rather than for me to work for the business. I wanna film videos when I feel like it because it's genuinely enjoyable, and I love making videos, and I love talking about stuff and reading books and sharing about them and stuff. I wanna write books when I feel like it. Like, you know, the next thing I'm interested in is like relationships or fitness or, I don't know, personal development, and I want to be able to write books about those on my own terms and not care about how they perform, how much money they make. And I had a really good call with a friend, Micaiah, the other day, and he said he gave me a great phrase. The phrase he gave me was, maximize profit within constraints.
How hard do you want to hustle for more money when you actually don't need more money? And so he and I had a Zoom call like a couple of hours ago, and he basically helped me get to this conclusion that I was already sort of thinking about anyway, which is, he was like, so he knows a bunch of super rich people, but the ones who are happiest are the ones who've created constraints around their work. And so there's a guy he knows who's like mega rich, but he's like, I only work for an hour a day, and so within that hour a day, I'm gonna maximize my profits. But if anything requires me to work more than an hour a day, I'm just not gonna do it. And similarly, a chat I had with James Clear a few weeks ago, I asked him like, how do you seem to have a viable family life while also the success of Atomic Habits? He was like, I just draw a box around what I want my day to look like. Anything within that box, I maximize profit. Anything outside of that box, I say no to. So he's like, I only ever do 1 talk every month, and therefore I'll just charge stupid prices for it. I'm not going to do a course, I'm not going to do an app, because all this stuff would take me away from my kids. And that's how he's happy while also being successful. At a certain point, the goal stops being, how do I maximize revenue? And starts being, how do I maximize revenue within the constraints I actually want for my life?
What if the constraint was, I only film videos when I feel like it? I only record podcasts when I feel like it. I never have anything on my calendar unless I want it to be on my calendar. What if I just operated on those constraints? We never have an upload schedule. Great. Within those constraints, can we build a profitable business? Hell yes. Do some things need to change in terms of the way we do stuff? Yeah, probably. But I've decided that those are the constraints I want, and we're going to maximize profit within those constraints. So that has kind of been the vibe behind this Austin trip. Initially, it was meant to be a being milked from all angles and all sides by various members of my team in a way that would not be fun. I might change my mind about this next week, but for now, that's the plan. And that's been this trip to Austin. So massive thank you to Noah Kagan for lending us or giving us this studio and this incredible house to hang out in. Massive thank you to Tintin and Bob, my team members who have been with me over the last 2 weeks and have been hearing the brunt of all my existential crises. Massive shout out to all my other team members who are not here right now, but who have been dealing with the uncertainty where it's like, Ali's just decided he's gonna go on strike and he's gonna disconnect his udders from the machinery that we've created around him. And massive thank you to you guys, the audience, for allowing this life to happen where I actually can now do what I want, and I just need to remind myself that I can in fact do what I want and not be wedded to trying to make more and more money, because money's the root of all evil and all that fun stuff. So anyway, that brings us to the end of this vlog. As always, do leave a comment down below, like what you liked, what you didn't like, what's the deal, and I will see you hopefully in the next one. Bye-bye.